So any society where the power is controlling the means of communication is showing a lack of democratic respect and democratic process, and a lack of respecting the basis of a civil state. A civil state cannot have the upper hand on communication means. That's not possible. It means that there is something wrong in the whole process. And if you are clear on this, transparency and access to media is part of struggling for what is right. This is the point. But having said that, it's also very important to understand what the media are today. It's really the fourth power. That with media, and the people who are working with the media, very often, you know, in the West we say, oh, the journalists have no censorship, they can write whatever they want. The problem is not only who is writing and who is speaking, who is owning the means of communication. If you know about murder, for example, the problem is not only who is talking on Fox News, who is behind owning the channel. Who are these people who are owning? And this is something which is very important in the global world, who is owning, and for example, the people are saying, you know what, Facebook is very good, you are free, you can say whatever. Who is behind the whole process if you think that on Facebook you are free, you are so naive. It's monitored. You know, even Barack Obama, when he was asked by young people in the United States of America, they were telling him, how can we do like you? How can we be like you? This was in when he was elected president. How can we elected president? We want to be like you. And you know what was his answer to them is, first avoid Facebook. Meaning that Facebook, everything that you are doing on Facebook is monitored. And one day, when you want to be president, say, on Facebook. And you think you are free. This is illusion. The worst jails are the jails from which you don't see the bars. It's the illusion of freedom is very dangerous. So be careful with Twitter, and because I know that you like Twitter in Malaysia. Anyway. It's not wrong. By the way, Twitter is not haram, and Facebook is not haram. It depends what you are doing with it. So you know, it's qualification of the way you use the means. It's not the means in itself. Internet in itself is not haram. But what are you doing with internet? So when it comes to communication, it's important here to come with something which is very important in the way the media, in a civil state, we need to talk about media today. We cannot avoid talking about media. And there is something else that I keep on repeating on culture. A civil state is saying and requiring that all the citizens are equal. But we know now in pluralistic society, and let's get it right, pluralism is a fact. You cannot say, I'm against or for pluralism. And when you say pluralism, you are only saying that in my society, there are many religions, many cultures, and I have to deal with them. It doesn't mean on religious terms that because you are acknowledging Christianity and Buddhism and the Chinese traditions, that we are putting all of them at the same. Everyone thinks that what he or she believes is the truth. So you are not undermining the truth of your own religion by acknowledging. In fact, it's the opposite. You are more powerful with your truth when you acknowledge the existence of others and you let them be who they want to be. This is pluralism. It's a fact. A multicultural society is a fact. You cannot say yes or no. This is it, you have to deal with it. How are you going to deal with it? In a civil state, where there is this bottom-up, you have to acknowledge cultures, and you have to acknowledge religions, and you have to accommodate religions and cultures. How are you going to do this? Not by celebrating only one culture, not by celebrating only one religion, but in our curriculum, in our schools. It's very important to get to the knowledge of all this culture, and to come with a narrative which is encompassing. A civil state is not void of what is binding us together, which is what we call a nation. And be very clear on this. It's not enough to have a passport to say I'm a Malaysian. The civil state should now deal with how you belong to the state, how you belong to this society. And if you say, I abide by the law and I have a passport, it's not enough. The narrative of the state, the narrative, meaning the nation What is a nation? Why we are together? Why when I see this room, the great majority of you here are Muslims. But yesterday I was in a gathering where people were coming from different backgrounds. So they were coming from, and they are all Malaysian. So you cannot say, you abide by the law, this is a civil state. Now, what is our narrative? What is our common history when we have different memories? A state, a civil state, should be very clear on the fact that the citizens should feel at home where they are. You know what it's called? It's called the sense of belonging. You add to citizenship the sense of belonging. The sense of belonging is, I feel at home, I feel good in this country. And I'm not targeted, I'm not stigmatized because I'm not a Muslim, or because I'm Chinese, or because I'm Indians. No, let us come with a common narrative. This is what is binding us together. So you are a Buddhist, you are a Christian, I'm a Muslim, I'm a Malay, and you have a bit this confusion yourself with the Malay culture and the Muslim religion, which is something which is very strange. You can be a Chinese, you convert to Islam, and very quickly you become a Malay. That's okay, this is your story. One day you will explain it to me. But it means that there is a confusion, and it means also that when we come to a civil state, when we have pluralism and diversity, we need to come to a common narrative. So what I call in the book, what I believe the new we. When are we talking about we? Is it we as Muslims or Malay? Is it we as Indians or as Chinese? Or is it we as Malaysian? Understanding that the civil state, with the bottom-up election, democracy, accountability, all the principles are based also on the narrative. Why? Be careful. It's already coming to you now. With the media and with economy. The economic power, they got it now. They got the fact that they can make money out of our divisions. So economic powers are sometimes using media to promote controversies based on identity politics. You think that it's a true struggle, behind the scene people are making money out of it. You know why? Because a controversy based on what happened in Burma, for example, the Muslim did this and then there is repression, the headlines are here, the media are covering, the media are making money out of our battles. We are the objects of people making money by creating the controversy, and we, completely unaware, naive, we go for it. I'm a Muslim, and you are Christian, and you are Buddhist, and I'm going to show you that I have the upper hand in the country, and the people behind are making money. The media are using this, and the politicians are following in the footsteps of the media, because this is the way you win the next election. We want to change the world for the next generation, and some politicians only care about the next elections, meaning 3 years, and for you, few months. Wallahu a'lam, I don't know, and I think that you don't know it either. Anyway, the problem here is really to come with this. The state is in danger if media and communication sometimes are using controversies and playing identity politics. The only way, I should finish, huh?